Hi there, it's Heather and I am on board the brand new Celebrity Beyond. This is a new ship. It's actually her christening and I am so honored that I was invited to come on this very special sailing. Celebrity is a brand that is known for their great food and wine, and with this Edge class of ships, they have innovated in this industry like no others. There are spaces and performances that no other line does, so let's go check it out.
Yes. I named this ship Celebrity Beyond. Bless her and all who sail her.
I'm staying in a balcony room here on the Beyond, which I really recommend because you want to get fresh air and wake up to the sound of the ocean and be able to see natural light. I know that it's nice to have an inside stateroom because it's less expensive, but what happens if you're stuck on a ship for a long period of time and you can't go outside? So I really recommend these rooms. They have beautiful gray and orange tones. They're very peaceful, very spacious. I was surprised at how big the bathroom is, actually. There's enough room for two people to go in and out of there and not bump into each other, which is unusual on a cruise line. But let's talk about the balcony. They're called infinity balconies, and people tend to really either love them or hate them. And to be honest, when I first walked into this room, I didn't really like it. I thought it was a little weird. So instead of a sliding glass door where you would just walk out of, it's really a beautiful French door with frosted panels that you can have either open or closed, and then you step out onto what would be your balcony, but it's an enclosed space with glass. And it seems like you're inside, so that your balcony is really an extension of your stateroom, but you can push a button and the top half of the glass comes down, so you really have an outdoor balcony while still feeling like you're inside, and the bottom half is glass so you can see through and always see the ocean. And at first I was a little put off by it, but then I realized, you know what? It kind of feels like a river cruise with the French balcony. So this really just extends your stateroom. If it's raining outside and it's cold and it's windy, you can still have that experience of being outside. So I'm a fan, and it's easy. You just push a button and it comes down. So I don't know. I'm kind of here for it because it opens up the space.
Here's a little detail that I had to highlight because I appreciate it so much. You all know when you get into these showers, even though this one's pretty spacious, you get in here and you can't move around. But Celebrity, or Nate Burgess, who designed this room, thought of it. And on the bottom of the shower, there's a little bar where you can put your legs so you have somewhere to move when you're shaving. Genius!
I am currently in probably one of my favorite suites I've ever seen, which is the Edge Villa. It sleeps up to 4, it's 2 stories, 1 bedroom, 2 baths, which is great. But what you really need to see is this view from your bed and then your outdoor private deck with a private plunge pool. I could live here. I want to live here. Or at the very least, I want my house to look like this. Edge Villa was amazing. I was fairly certain that's where I wanted to be in life, but then I came to the iconic suite. So if you need more space, maybe you have a family of 6, which is what this sleeps. This is where you want to be, and you legitimately would never leave. You have a giant deck, a hot tub, a dining room, a living room, this gorgeous bedroom at the front of the ship. This is goals. Hashtag goals. This is where we all want to be in 5 years. please.
This is a refrigerator, a wine refrigerator. They have glasses.
Thunder pantry can sleep up to 6 guests.
Very
Nice.
nice. Celebrity is known as a foodie line, so you know that the quality of the food is going to be really good. And what I like that they do is that there isn't just one main restaurant, there are 4. And it's up to you where and when you want to eat. They do their My Time dining, so that means one night you can eat at 6 and the next night you can eat at 9, so that your schedule can be flexible. And each of the 4 main restaurants, there's Cyprus, Cosmopolitan, Tuscany, and Normandy, they all have the same menu. But each restaurant has 3 or 4 dishes that is exclusive just to that restaurant. And you can make those reservations on your app, or you cannot. You can just walk up and get the next table available for your party size. Restaurants, there are specialty restaurants, quite a few of them, and all of these require an upcharge and reservations. So if you choose to eat here, just know that you'll be paying for them beyond your cruise fare. There's the specialty restaurant in Eden, which looks amazing, and there's a steakhouse, but my 2 very favorites are Le Voyage and Petit Chef. Le Voyage is the restaurant designed by Daniel Boulud, so you know that it's going to be wonderful French food, and inside it looks almost like you're in a champagne bottle with these beautiful pinks and beiges, and it's just such a festive restaurant, and you walk in there and you immediately feel fancy. And Petit Chef is something that is fun if you have little ones on board with you, but if you're just a bunch of big kids, it's so cool. They project onto your table little tiny digital chefs, and they cook you a meal, and it looks so real. You almost kind of want to dig into the food that doesn't exist, and it's just such a fun, different, interactive dinner. That alone is worth the upcharge. If you can only pick one, do Petit Chef, but then also do Le Voyage and probably Eden as well. I'm in Blue, which is the main restaurant if you're staying in an Aqua Class stateroom. And the Aqua Class is kind of like a spa level stateroom. So if you want access to the Persian garden included, you stay in Aqua Class. And then all of your meals, when you're not eating in a specialty restaurant, will be here in Blue. And it's kind of not quite health food, but on the lighter, more healthy side. The buffet on board is called Ocean View Cafe because of course you have these gorgeous windows all along the cafe, but it's not your traditional buffet line. It's like a food hall. It's giant, and there are about a dozen pods of different foods, different styles of food, and so you kind of just have to wander in between them. It's a bit overwhelming, there's so much, but it is so good. It is delicious, which is unusual for a buffet. Usually buffet food is bland and dry, but this has actually been my favorite place to eat on board. Okay, do you want to know a little hidden gem that's not really hidden at all? It's just that nobody seems to know it's here. It's the pizza place. I didn't even know this existed until I kind of went on a little exploration, but if you walk into the Ocean View Cafe and just keep going to where you think there's nothing, there's a long hallway that says pizza, and then you walk into after the ship, and there's this beautiful deck with a hidden pizzeria where they're making the dough in front of you, and it's super fresh, and so I just thought that was a really fun tip that I would say 90% of the people on this cruise have no idea it's here. I'm climb up on the pool deck and you'll notice that it's very chill. There are no water slides or splash pads, and that's very intentional because even though Celebrity welcomes children, they don't really cater to them. So even though there is the adults only solarium, the main pool area is pretty chill. There's gorgeous artwork, loungers in the pool, quiet music. It's not that thumping party vibe. This is a place that you can come and relax, which is great because we all need a little bit of relaxation. I'm in the solarium, which is my favorite place on the ship, on any cruise ship, but this is adults only. So it's kind of like pool area meets Zen lounge meets greenhouse. It's all enclosed, so it's always toasty no matter what the weather is outside. You can come in here, you can lay in the pool. There's gonna be no screaming, no splashing, and they have a bar just around the corner and a healthy kind of foods grill. So you never really have to leave this area if you don't want to. Welcome to the Retreat Sun Deck. This is a private 2-story sun deck just for concierge guests. They have their own full-service bar, a food menu, their own pools, lots of sun and lots of shade, so they don't need to hang out with the riffraff like us. I am in the spa and it is just so beautiful. It is shades of gray and white and so calming. I also love the Persian garden. You know the Celebrity ships are known for their Persian garden, but this one has beautiful outdoor deck. It's all windows. There's a lot of tile loungers. They have the desert sauna. They have a crystallarium for spiritual healing, which I love. And it's definitely worth the $82 that it currently is for a day pass. I'm not one to work out on vacation because I feel like this is my time to relax and take a break, but on the Beyond there is something that I've never really seen, and that's the jogging track. And most ships have their jogging track and they go in a loop around the deck, but this one's really cool and it made me want to stroll around it a couple of times. It's actually on 2 decks, so there are ramps that take you up and then take you down, and instead of being in a circle, it zigzags through the entire top deck, so you're going and getting that beautiful ocean view. You're seeing all of the different facilities up on deck, so you're inspired for what you want to do after you get your sweat on, and then it works you a little harder because you have to go up and down. And so if you are a fitness person and you love to work out on vacation, this is a really great option. What is there to do on board, right? You're on a cruise and you can only lay by the pool so much. Thankfully, Celebrity on the Beyond has a ton of things to do. You know, I've seen wine and chocolate tastings, beer tastings. Today I walked through Eden and they were doing a wine and paint class, which I thought was really cool. They had line dancing by the pool. So there's going to be an entire slate of activities, whether you want to listen to music, you want to do some fitness classes, you want to get out and be active, and then if you don't want anything that's structured or scheduled, they have all sorts of lawn games, ping pong, basically anything you can think of. I'm almost a little overwhelmed by all of the choices, and I had a hard time trying to keep up doing all of it. So just remember, you don't have to do everything, and you can always come back and do something else next time. The casino is pretty big. I'm actually really surprised. There's tons of slot machines, a lot of table games. There's roulette, I see poker. There's even a craps table, which would make Justin really happy. But what makes me happy is that it's smoke free. So when I'm walking through here to get to my destinations, or if I want to come and play a game, I don't have to be drowning in cigarette smoke. By far the coolest space on this ship is Eden. It is part cafe, part restaurant, part bar, part performance space. It's 3 stories with promenades and hidden nooks that you can kind of chill out in. They have a fantastic cocktail menu that is so creative, and it's kind of all earthy spirits, and everything in here is covered in plants, flowers and mosses, and it looks like a garden of Eden. And fun fact, it's all alive. None of it is fake. So this is a really beautiful place to come and hang out during the day and relax and watch the ocean. But at night, this is when you want to come, because all of a sudden, weird, intimate performances spring up around you. You never know what you're going to see. So it's worth coming 2 or 3 times just to experience something different. Welcome to the magic carpet. What is that? Your guess is as good as mine. They kind of keep it a little bit of a mystery. It is a deck that sticks off the side of the ship and moves up and down depending on the time of day. And depending on the time of day and where you are, what deck, it could be a bar, it could be a music venue, it could be a restaurant, it could even be a space to hold your private events. But it's really cool because you never know what you're gonna get, and it's also a beautiful place to sit and enjoy the ocean views. Let's talk cocktails, because obviously we're all going to have a drink or two while we're on board. There are so many great spaces to grab cocktails or beer or wine. You can't not find a drink on this ship. Currently, I'm at the Sunset Bar, which has been expanded and looks amazing. They have these adorable little cabanas behind me. This is a great place to come in the afternoon when you want to catch that sunset. But there's also a bar for craft beer, a bar for whiskeys. There is the martini bar that not only makes you martinis, but has that fantastic flair show where the bartenders go crazy and do all the fun tricks. There are countless pool bars where you can get a glass of champagne or some wine. And then there's Eden that has probably some of the coolest cocktails you'll ever see. So just make sure you walk around, check them all out, because they all have a different vibe. On the Sunset Bar, which is my favorite place to hang out anyway with celebrity cruises. But on the Beyond, they completely reimagined it. It's so much bigger. There are these beautiful lounge chairs and seating areas and bar seating. And then of course you have that beautiful view of the ocean when you're out sailing at the sunset. And this is where you want to come and have your glass of wine before dinner. With Celebrity Cruises, they have something that's called Always Included. That means any ship and any itinerary, all of your drinks, Wi-Fi, and gratuities are included. So you don't have to worry about adding on any confusing packages or paying for any of that when you're on board. But if you kind of want to kick that up a notch, there's the Elevate package, which includes all of that, plus premium unlimited drinks, and then up to $200 per person for shore excursions. And then if you really want to be fancy, you get all of that and then up to $200 per person for an onboard credit to spend on anything you want, and then premium unlimited streaming Wi-Fi. So if you just have to see the latest Game of Thrones, you can watch it from your iPad in your room. Behind me is the theater where all of your big productions are going to be every night, and it's spectacular. It's almost like they have a theater in the round, and behind you is a wall of video screens. It's some of the most beautiful theater work I've ever seen, and the shows themselves are fantastic. Elements is kind of an ode to the 4 elements that features singing, acting, dancing, acrobatics. It was breathtaking, so definitely make sure you check them out every night. The artwork on this ship is incredible. I almost feel like around every corner there is some kind of beautiful or crazy sculpture or a mural on the wall. There is even an interactive art exhibit where you walk through this hallway full of mirrors and stars. It's just a really beautiful ship, and the artwork kind of adds a level of sophistication and playfulness that you don't normally find on a cruise ship. So make sure you take some time, seek out the sculptures, take some pictures, even climb on some of them. That's what they're there for. So there you go. That is a quick tour of Celebrity Beyond. I only had 2 days on her, and that is just not enough, so you know I'm going to have to come back. But I hope it gives you an overview of what you can expect when you sail on this ship. I think this is a fantastic ship for somebody who wants to try something new. I feel like it's like a boutique big ship, almost like a Kimpton hotel. So it's eclectic but classy, relaxed luxury, and the performances and the food were outstanding. If you have any questions, just pop them in the comments and I will do my best to answer them. As always, thank you for watching. And if you enjoyed it, click like, subscribe, share with your friends, and I will see you next time. Bye.
It's looking at me.
Yes, you're holding it the wrong way.
Oh. Told you.
That's a blooper.